Right, like we're live. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode, another Sunday live stream with Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. Yeah, hopefully it's not too loud. I think it's alright. My headset is not quite cooperating with me here. Anyway, so what is Workers and Resources Soviet Republic? It is a planned economy city builder, I suppose is the most quick way to say it, where if you build a city, you have to plan for everything. Now, I have seen some amazing builds done in this particular game. And I'm gonna tell you right on the spot, I will not be doing any proper plan here. We're just going by the seat of our pants, because I barely know how to play the game. Hello Kalarima, hello Fig3 fan. Alright, so we'll just be starting a custom game. And yeah. What shall we play? Which map would look good? Let's go flatland with hills, I guess. Yes, unfortunately, I only speak English and Dutch, so, you know, feel free to use Cyrillic if you want, but I am not going to be able to translate that during the playthrough. But welcome to the stream anyway, Idle Errant. Hello, Ursi. Alright, flatland with hills. Let's actually do a random map. Completely random, I've never seen it before. Now, difficulty setting wise, I mean, I probably should set it at least to hard. Planes? Yes, I am also playing this, Ursi. I hope it's not a problem. I will not be indulging in any particular speech patterns or anything. Anyway. Yeah, this has been consuming my time for a great deal of the last few weeks. I'm trying to figure it out. Still stuck in the second campaign. Because the first time around I didn't go quite so well. I'll want to start at the beginning. Yeah, I know. I mean, the most hardcore I've seen was probably Bibalio, but you know, I don't want to go too hardcore. I'm not that hardcore. I mean, let's see, realistic, enable everything. Right, I'll just enable realistic mode. I'll enable waste, but not demolition, because otherwise things will get way too long in case I make a mistake. Alright, and let's lock away vehicles once they are no longer available. I don't think we'll be playing that long, but we'll see. Alright, so just to be totally clear, so far I've only played games where I've had to not deal with the waste. I have not had to deal with maintenance. I have not had to deal with summers yet. Well, my buildings have caught fire. I had had earthquakes. Pollution, I guess, is a thing, but I have not yet built an economy big enough that there's actually a problem. I've not had to deal with any crime or justice simulation. The traffic simulation, I think, has been simple so far. And the rest is kinda all just based on that. I also will start with a base population in the zone because I don't want to have to ship everything in. Well, I'm not sure that would be entirely fun. Well, let's just start with this. And let's give me a number of cities and roads. Turning off the water. I want cities and roads. And will not go with any particular biome because I am still not used to any special biomes. Yeah. Time to start building some comic blocks. Our new Soviet Republic. And I do like the vibe of this game. And the music is definitely getting into your head after a while. Do let me know if it's just getting a little bit too much. But I think we'll be playing this for a couple of streams, see if I can get a city going with some basic industry. I think the high point would probably be if we can turn it into a profitable republic. So we need to be able to figure out a way to actually export stuff. Now keep in mind, I do not know the ratios of any particular buildings. Pet cats? I don't know if you can, but I've not seen pets in this game, so... And if you're talking about my cat, she's currently asleep, so... Maybe in a few hours when she wakes up. This will take a few minutes. I hope the game isn't stuck. Doesn't look like it's stuck. So here we are, our new Soviet Republic. And we build it in realistic mode. I cannot just magic up anything using money. We also don't have all that much money. I need to be really frugal with what I spend. Oh, sorry to hear that. Yeah, I had Piggy neutered pretty much as soon as I could. So she's not really doing any of that. Some of the cats in the neighborhood apparently are not quite that... But I don't want to say fixed, because that's not what you do with neutering. But that's beside the point. Alright, so we have a nice, mostly flat bit of land. A couple of cities. And we have a couple of border crossings over here in Valoka and Korozin. There's also Zagrad, and this doesn't have a name, I guess. Bestie Small Customs House. Because that is this little town. Alright, so. That probably would be a good place to start. Also have the town of Zayahirin. And Napivorov. All quaint little town. People just living their lives in a sustainable way. We border the dreaded NATO. see. We have 4 border crossings. 5, 6, 7. Ooh, we are really surrounded. In a perfectly square republic. Right, we have another town over here. Outcover is a little hard. We've already seen this one, I think. Those are not towns. Ah, here we have another one. Twin City. Not Maturinam and Turavisi. And I think those are all the towns we have generated on the map. Kind of looking if the lakes are all connected. See if we can set up some waterway functions at some point. But seeing as we are here, this looks like a good place to get started. Well, ruin is a big word. Possibly true. Possibly not. Alright, well, obviously we want to make some progress somewhere in this world. I need to find a place where I can get the basic resources for setting up my construction industry. And to start off, we will probably need a gravel quarry somewhere. Now that is usually in hills where you have a little bit of rock exposed. That is unfortunately all the way over here. Unless I can find something a little closer. I don't think this is gravel. This hill does not hold gravel either. I mean, this is gravel, I guess. Yeah. That's a long way away. This is also technically gravel. I mean, we're gonna have to import stuff anyway. So let us set up some construction offices. Actually, that's... Yeah, indeed. Right, a length of road, perfectly flat, along which we can set up our basic stuff. Right, so we need some free construction offices. We can build some vehicles or buy some vehicles. Let's start with 4. We will also need storage. Create some open storages for free. I do not know exactly how much I need, but I'm just gonna eyeball it for now. Don't pain us just yet. And warehouses. I mean, we will need some for some stuff, but not for right now. That can wait. I need a place for my vehicles to be able to refuel. And I will need a distribution office. Now we probably also will need maintenance, but that is something I have to build. Road cargo, no. What am I looking for again? Distribution office. Where would that be? Should be under here somewhere. It's this one. Right. Yeah, I'll just do 2 for now. That should be enough. Alright, so there's no used vehicles at the moment, so we'll have to buy new stuff. Alright, turn this off because I don't have any mods for this game, just in case. You need to know. Also, I'm not planning on getting any mods, so if you want to recommend mods, you can do that, but keep in mind, I probably will not even bother looking at it. Because I am having enough difficulty with this game in vanilla mode. Making things more complicated by adding mods, it's just done. That's just not gonna help. Right, we need a couple of dumpers. And some 10-tonners probably will be enough for now. So the first stage of the plan is to somehow get gravel from here to a place where we can use it. Well, we can start by building a road. Gravel is basically the first good we can gonna need. Gonna set that up. Not the processing plant, just quarry. We only need a small quarry to start with. Let's see if I can get as good a resource while I'm not needing to do any digging. %, that's probably as good as I'm gonna get. Also, build a bit of a ring road around town. I mean, granted, my vehicles will move quicker over the gravel roads, but I want to have an option for a bypass if I need it. Just in case I accidentally break something. That is the one thing I get annoyed by in the tutorial so far. When you have a particular objective and you're not able to fulfill it quite yet, the game will frequently just move the camera and your perspective immediately, even if you're in the middle of doing something, and say, look, this building is still not achieving objective. And I have cut so many roads accidentally because I was rejigging a little bit of rail or something like that. I can't explain quite how annoying that is. Alright, so... But anyway, let's find some more stuff. So we need get some buses. Just want some quick, cheap buses. A decent passenger complement. I mean, we're mostly running on dirt roads anyway, so we don't need the fastest stuff. Yeah, this is 155 will do fine. The vehicles should be getting ready over here somewhere. Pretty sure everything I have is somewhere. Yeah. Also, I need to get some fuel delivered to my gas station, otherwise I am not going to be able to do anything. So we will need a oil tank. Get you going. May have already done something. Right, we've got 2 buses. And we'll set the buses to over here. Now we will be needing the population to help us out a little bit, so let us get a bus stop set up. And we only want workers here. Right, in this distribution office, we want the customs house, and we want this to be ready. The customs house, I want you to load. For now it is from this. Ah. Speaking of Kissy. Hey Jiggy. You're up early. Now my vehicles arrive usually almost empty of fuel, so that's kind of why getting fuel is somewhat important. Alright, so I want you to load fuel, and 30% is probably fine. And you will go immediately do that. Right, so now he will get fuel at the customs office and deliver it here. Thing can hold 20 tons. So we should only need 2 trips to fulfill this. Hey, what is it? Am I forgetting something? Been having a terrible itch in the neck since our vet visit. Getting the deworming, defleeing treatment. I'm not allowed to touch it for a couple of days until it soaks in. He really wants to scratch that. Because it's the one place you can't really reach. And I really need to focus. Anyway, what was I doing? Right, ordering more vehicles. Alright. I need dumpers. Thought I bought those, but I do it this way. This one will have the dumpers. Fortunately, I can't, with these construction offices, do everything at the same time. We will need some excavators. This is 11 tons, 8 tons. Need them to be able to be carried, so can load 9 tons. I might as well just fill out for these ones, I guess. Right. But while that is going on, I will want a dumper here as well. And it's already -0 degrees. It is February after all. And the people are willing to help. I've already got so many workers ready to come and lend us a hand. But of course, right now I can't really do anything. Just have everything slowly moving forwards. That's jump us away. What else do I need? Open holes. Probably need some covered holes. All other small stuff that I might need to do. Different color if I wanted. Get these here. Well, the paver is not an immediate concern. We'll need some cranes though. And let's just go cheap. Right, let's get this rolling a little bit so that we have our stuff arrive. Need the system to fill up the gas tank so every vehicle can start refueling. Coming with the fuel. And instantly every vehicle thinks, oh, I'm thirsty. Including the cistern. Alright, so for now I'm thinking of turning Robotissi into our capital city. Let's have a look at the city itself. It's got a couple of houses that are okay. They're not great. Some are fine. I think some might even be brilliant. Difficult to say. Yeah, like here, for instance, we have a house that has a quality of 102, which is, statistically speaking, impossible. Now, obviously, we want to give these people a better way of living, better housing. Right now, that would probably be consisting of building flats like these. Have a quality of 87, fit 110 people. That certainly would be a better place for these people to live. Everything. And I need the delivery mechanism by trucks. I do not want my excavators to go wandering about on the road all that much. Just wait until it cools a bit so I can focus on what I actually. And we're gonna keep getting messages like that. Yes, I know. Loyalty is probably quite low. Right, so you're gonna go tough. You are going in here. Right, so you. I need to go find workers here. I need to set these. So for now, only want steel in this one. Want bricks in this one. What's in that one? And finally, do the prefab panel. This one. That's not one. Alright, now we need some aggregate storage. For free. We travel. Don't need the result just yet. So in the customs house, I need you to load gravel. Also, I think 30% is probably fine. We can go start doing that. Also at the customs house, we load stuff. Get all purchases here. So we'll unload in open storages. I will have to put the name because otherwise I will not remember the name. Alright, so this is steel storage. Bricks storage, wood storage, so just have to wait until the trucks are arriving. In any case, what shall we call our republic? Yeah. I have no real idea. I mean, obviously it cannot be Leotopia, because that's not what we're creating here. But yeah, well, I also am not entirely sure how names are chosen for Soviet republics. Because I do not know anything about the people here. I'm not here to learn about the people, I'm here to build cities. The exact same city everywhere. Ah, so we have some materials coming in. Right. Now. What is the next step? Well, one of the next steps would be to ensure that we can get the necessary goods for our people. That would be starting with getting them some power. Now, obviously we cannot afford to build our own power plants right now, because that would require basically... I only have access really to the coal power plants. I do not know where the coal is. I don't think I know. I don't have the research for that. I don't know if there's any coal or anything here. We will need to find that out at some point, but for now, that's kind of beyond our reach. So we need to get... I mean, technically, I suppose I could import coal and then use that as source for fuel. So I have to check. Not it. Status. It should be. Ah, current prices, that's the one I was looking for. The price of coal... Oh, it's actually fairly cheap. All things considered. So we could do that. But what is the price for just buying electricity, by the way? Much cheaper for now. Oh yes, it is absolutely expensive to build. It is like... For one, it will take forever to build. And that's over 7,000 workdays. That'll take ages to build. Doesn't need all that much workers. It has a lifespan of 28 years. Again, that's a mechanic I've not yet worked with, so I don't know how it's gonna work. And it requires mechanical and electronic components. Both of which I do not have a place to store yet. Because I have not decided to build them yet. I don't know exactly what the purpose of the cooling tower is. I presume you can attach these to a nuclear reactor, or they are somehow part of it, but again, not yet explained to me how that works. So for now, the goal is probably just going to be building a foreign connection, importing some, get the Robotecy up to modern nation standards. And probably I might also want to connect this one. Now, luckily I do not have to import foreign workers to do work. That is another way. If you start on a map with no population at all, you can use foreign workers to build the stuff for you. But I feel they are kind of expensive. And when we have our own source of people, that's probably not necessary. So we need to figure out a way to get some power over to Star. To do that effectively. I mean, laying the cables is probably the easiest. I think I would like a voltage switch. Plenty of attachment here. Setting up here. We can just use dirt roads for now. Probably have made sure that it didn't build anything. I mean, this doesn't do anything right now because none of the construction of everything in range. And for to connect that, I need a transformer. We can have some smaller power cables. Then we need to lay out our power grid in the town itself in such a way that it has room for future expansion, and also to make sure that we don't get overloaded. Electric substations laid out everywhere. In a logical grid-like pattern. One here. Turn that off so I can actually see what I'm doing. I mean, this might be a little bit overkill, but, you know, considering how much I've always been bitten already by building all that stuff, still finding out that you don't have enough. Need to get these people power. In order to connect to these substations, well, just one of these will probably do. One here. Probably need a couple from around the town just to make sure that I have room. The grid. Yeah, but at least I don't have to kill anyone in this game. I think. On purpose. This probably needs to be the bigger one. Make that a 5-way switch. Road here. So, have a link from there in here. I want to have power lines around the city, so I might have to go through in a couple of places. I kind of want to have the big voltage wires to connect the switches, and then use underground wires to connect the substations. Otherwise, it'll become a tangled mess. No, you do not get to look at my current city build in the campaign. There's nothing to see there. Stop asking. I did not build it wrong in that way. Alright. I think that will cover the power node for now. Alright, let's start hooking things up. Use the biggest wires I can get for the medium voltage. Which... Did I not build the transformer yet? No, I did. Right, so, I don't know if there's any real benefit into building the lesser wires, so I'm just gonna use big wires. At least set it up. This is fine with me. Use the biggest wires we have here so we can connect over there. Probably from this way here. This switch. That's all the switches hooked up. And I guess just use the biggest wires I can. Probably switch to the underground view. I think that'll do for now. I move again. Now, none of this is getting built at the moment. Because I have not yet turned my things on. I feel like I'm forgetting stuff. What else could I possibly want? Rotor is also not yet necessary. I have bus. Bulldozer. I probably need some bulldozer. Get some Stalinax. And we need more open holes for that. We have the excavator, we have dumpers, we have covered hole, we have open hole. Right, the rest is not necessary just yet. Right, the next necessity that we need to get is to get the water going. Now, the cheapest way to do that probably would be through a well. Possibly. Well, we could always do a surface water intake. We are right next to a river. It wouldn't be bad, per se. The well is slightly cheaper, but I think you will always need a water treatment system anyway. I have a couple of road cranes. I could get some proper cranes at some point. But I'm not sure they can... Yeah, there's I can't find the cranes here. Yeah, I can only get road cranes in these. So I guess I need a proper construction office for the big crane. Well, first thing we actually kind of probably need to build here is a general storage. I'll probably need this. Fine. What is the storage of this thing? Can hold. Yeah, that should be enough. This I need to get built. Get assigned. Oops. Need the source buildings for this. I mean, I probably need to set the source buildings for everyone, but... Let's let them deliver some stuff. Just getting all these building materials will take some time. Well, let's also start planning out our high wires to the border. I don't want to come over the road too much, so let's just see if we can kind of guide them, not be ugly, and follow a slightly sensible pattern so I don't cross my wires too much. Do. My vehicles need to get refueled. Dang it. Asphalt. How am I gonna get asphalt? I can't get that from you, right? No, I cannot. But I can ask for. There's something I can build that is not. This needs asphalt. I'm pretty sure I cannot afford to build an asphalt plant. One thing that's gonna take power, which I don't have. But take components. I need to be able to store components somewhere. I should be able to do that. Can't do it in the aggregate storage. Can't do it in the open storage, so where can I store it then? Or I can just get them straight from the customs. Well, we'll pause this construction now then, because I don't want to tangle with that too much. We'll just have to get stuff from the customs office. It's annoying, but it's just what's gonna happen. Other houses be built, I guess. Oh, reconstruction's in progress. Well, that is And I guess that's kind of necessary. Alright, well, let's just start setting up everything. So, get the gravel from there. That asphalt and concrete I can't do anything about. Get steel from here. Bricks from here. Prefab panels from... boards from here. And the mech components you get from the All Customs house. I'm pretty sure I cannot specify that you can get these from here. I can't tell you to get it from here. That's odd. Pretty sure that's not on the list of stuff you sell. You sell cement, but no asphalt. Huh. Well, for now let's make sure it doesn't get confused, because that doesn't help. We'll just copy this over to the other buildings. Back to the actual project in progress. Getting the gravel together. Right, so this not assigned to any of the offices. Make sure that our offices are actually assigned. Do that in the same plan. We'll assign all of you to get this done. Now, in order to make the gravel work for us, the gravel processing plant, and I have to be the small one for now because otherwise it'll take too long. It also requires asphalt. Right, I need to set up the asphalt plant, I guess, which requires power. Ever feel like you're tumbling down a hole? Alright. Let's just get focused on the basic amenities we do need, which is water, sewage, and waste disposal. Alright, so if I wanted to build I would need asphalt. I can't really afford to do that. Everything requires asphalt. Where am I gonna get? Gotta be a place where I can buy it. Unless I can actually get it from the customs office. It doesn't look like it. Do you actually have used vehicles? Oh, you do. Oh, they have a tower crane for sale. That'd be kind of nice. But I don't think I can store it in my office. Think. But I can check. All of you. Yeah, alright. It'll have to stay there then. Yeah, especially if you're still getting things started. Alright, well, let's get everything assigned. City. Yeah. I need asphalt for everything. And there's gotta be a way to get it. Well, for one thing, need the mixers then. Some point. I guess I should just tell it to get the stuff from the custom house if it allows me to. I'm guessing it is, correct? I have no idea where else to get it. So first we would need to lay the groundworks. Ah, so you are getting concrete from somewhere, so I'm guessing it is correct. And you are clearly using... But then it should say it here that we can buy it, but it's not in the list. That's just a stupid obfuscation. Alright, next thing. Waste. We need... well, for one, we need a place where people can store containers. Because houses are gonna produce... They're gonna produce waste of the small variety, I think. Again, this is a mechanic that has not yet been explained to me in-game. I'm not sure it will. So I'm just trying to figure this out as I'm going. And they all require kind of expensive stuff, but they're fairly quick to build. We also have some recycling we could do. Right. For now, I probably should get a free dump somewhere. Let's put that at the end of the road here. And it just can store whatever it wants, I guess. But we do need to get the waste situation under control. Right, well in that case I will not worry too much about what the water plant needs, just as long as we can get it going. Should I go for a bigger container there? What's the difference between these two? And one requires asphalt, the other doesn't require it. But they do the exact same thing, so why would you build one over the other? They have the same lifespan? I don't know. Maybe it's range? That seems to be the same range. Fairly small range if at that, but you know, it's a thing. Difference then. The big containers, I mean, I'm not sure anything I have built uses big containers. At least I don't think I do. That is another thing. We should need to think about a technical office. Deal with the waste. I mean, yeah, that is pretty much what I think is the difference. But we have two different large container stands. Ah, oh no, I see what the difference is. This is just a walking path one. Never mind, mystery solved. Right, well, just put the big one in there. Yeah, my confusion was not so much about what the difference was between these two. Difference between these two. Road connection, not road connection. Alright, water. Water, not a drop to drink. Well, a well would... Let's start that sentence over. A well would probably be the best choice right now. I mean, this would be building faster, but I would definitely need treatment. Which requires chemicals, but that's a moot point, I think, because I'm pretty sure there is no place in the world where I could get clean, crystal clear water. As I understand it, if your water quality is below 97, the people will think it's dirty. Now, I'm not sure how bad it is for the health of people. Probably not great either way, but they will complain about it. And I'm pretty sure 95 is the highest level of water quality you can get. Now, ideally, I might want to have the small water well on a hill, so that water can flow down and just do whatever it needs to do. The hills are kind of far away from the city though, so I probably will not be doing that. I'll just build it over here. I mean, if I'm gonna have to purify it anyway, it doesn't matter. We will need pumps in order to keep things moving along, because, well, obviously it's not... it's totally flat here, so water will not flow out of the place. Make that a direct connection. We'll set up a small water treatment. Maybe flip that around. It has a road connection, so I think it probably needs road access. A little awkward, but I'll allow it. I'll just... Here. Now this will require workers to work, but it's just gonna how it's gonna have to be. And since I want to plan for the future, let's just create a big water tower. We probably will also need a pump between these two, because of course you do. Now, I flipped you around. Your path should be going the other way. Again, I should probably switch to below ground. That should ensure that all the water will flow normally. It's probably overkill a little to have the big pipes, but I keep forgetting how much water the small pump produces. 70. Now, the big pipe will ensure that it will flow continuously, whereas a medium pipe would not. And then we distribute it. Right, let's set up some water substations. In a similar vein to the electric substations. Flip it around. And just to be sure, right, we will need a couple of water switches. As I understand it, I will not need a pump to get from the water tower to my various substations here, as the gravity from the water being on the top of the tower will push it through the pipes with enough pressure so that I don't have to worry about that. I never found out if there's actually a finite range to the pipes. Can't see where the the pedestrian exit is for these switches. We only really need a small pipe to connect this. Well, I probably want to split the difference between these two switches. Well, the combi blocks will come, but I am kind of in the preparation phase. Until we are ready to get rid of these suburbs to turn them into combi blocks. What mask? I'm not wearing a mask. You're wearing a mask. Right. And then we need another switch over here somewhere. Right, watch me noodle water pipes. We might need another substation in the center. Right. I think that's all covered up, so switch here somewhere. Like there. You go into the center. That is awkward connection, but eh. Alright, water done. Now the sewage. Alright, well, considering our water pump is over there, I kind of want to make sure that our sewage gets deposited on the opposite side of town, over here, in the big river system. And it also likely will not do much. Now, we're not gonna bother with sewage treatment at the moment, because I don't see a point. So we're just gonna toss it over the side. This is not gonna be beachfront property anyway. Make sure that it has... This is a substation, right? Yeah. It really should tell me that it has access to power. That'll do. Oops. Did not mean to turn that on. The wrong 2 button. So there's where the sewage needs to go. Now we need to just get these sewage tanks set up so that we can collect all the stuff that they will flush down the toilet that we do not want, that they do not want us to see. Probably need a similar distribution level as the rest of the services that we have built so far. The additional caveat, of course, that sewage needs to flow down. Make sure that all the pipes more or less point in the direction of where it needs to go. Perfect. Alright. Now to connect all the sewage pipes up to something logical. Right, so I can hook 3 things into this switch, which then needs to move forward. Let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. That doesn't neatly line up. I mean, probably need to keep at least a little bit of room open anyway. Building a few extra switches doesn't hurt. So obviously I cannot see exit is for the pedestrians. Then there comes the sewage piping. I suppose if it was neatly laid out, I should probably put it underneath the road, but this is in SimCity. You go in there. And we need another switch to deal with these 2 pump tanks. Alright, so this one will not work because apparently this bit is a little bit lower than the switch. Right. Angle it down a little. We will need a sewage pump. Requires power, so unfortunate, but I'm not going to change the blazing now. I mean, it requires the proper slope. Dang it. Alright. mean, there was a means of seeing stuff. What the height is of places, but I forget which tool that is. Doesn't tell me the exact height of this thing. Right, what if I put this switch over here? Or the pump over here. Is the right slope? Guarantee this. Right. You can also not go this way. Oh, you need to go really deep. Right, never mind then. Right. Go deeper. And more accurately in the right place. Now, I don't recall exactly when this game started, but I'm pretty sure we've not even advanced a month. Alright, that's better. And now the angle for this one is a little bit awkward. I'm gonna leave that one access point open. Right, need another pump. Go with a 10-meter drop then. Let's just get one more switch to go this way because I feel like it's a little bit more clean of solution. I don't know if we're gonna ever reach that level, but because there's multiple pipes coming in, I think we need a slightly thicker pipe to head this direction. Why are you being difficult? Let's get this sewage tank a little bit different place then. Not gonna cooperate. So let's cancel this path. And that way. Can't hook you in there, but I can hook you there. Right. Medium connection in here. Make the slope slightly smaller. And that'll do. And then we'll just finish it off with a big pipe into here. Alright, let's get things moving again. I also... power lines starting. Now to watch everything all about. We've got plenty of workers waiting here, so we should have plenty of people willing to do whatever they need. We probably start considering what we need for the people to be happy. I don't think I can really build anything that will help too much. I'd love to get a shopping center in here. That would definitely be the highlight of this town. I think they've seen anything else as glorious as this. Maybe I should figure out how many people are actually living in this place before I make any big decisions. The city accounting office also needs power, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just build the power on all the other systems that I have. Watch as our money slowly drains away. Oof. That happiness definitely not great. Probably will have some escapes. Yep. 36, 38 people have escaped. Our cabling is going up. This also on the way. Flip the switch whenever we need to. Makes me wish there was a faster speed. Right, did we finish building anything here? I mean, we have some gravel on site. That's good. Yeah, what else could I possibly build? Everything either needs power. probably will need water. Most of these buildings just don't feel like they're worth it. I mean, if you wanted capacity or anything, maybe. You could always go for the really big flat bricks, but right now that probably wouldn't be great for us anyway. Although, considering our happiness is already this low, wouldn't matter that much, but... I mean... This gives us almost the same amount of capacity for a much better quality. I mean, is 40 workers really worth this? We don't have much of what else we would potentially do. I mean, I did notice there was not really any building that would give me 100% quality. Made me wonder, is there a way to get buildings to a higher quality level? But the game didn't explain that to me yet. Oh no, stay, please. I need you. Oh, only 18 deaths. No births yet. I mean, I don't know if that's how it's programmed in. I mean, I almost assume that at least some simulated people would start pregnant. Simulation. But yeah, since we do not have a hospital or anything yet, the clinic will not make much of a difference either way. None of my buildings work without power. So I should probably get some garbage trucks. Just need regular garbage, I guess. We don't need to move sewage. We have not yet any need to snow plows. I'm guessing this is pretty much all I need right now. Yeah, I'm half tempted to tell the trucks to stop doing any reconstruction work, but doing so probably will help with people. Slowly watch the number of people in my Republic drain away. Alright, let's give some higher priority to the power cabling. Can at least get that started. So that substations are also highest priority. Otherwise, nothing else will work. Now, with the new biomes in this particular game, I wonder if you could make a Tropico version of a city. In almost the same premise, except a lot more hands-on development. I mean, yeah, that too, but I mean, there were a couple of different biomes. There was the snowy biome, the desert biome, and I believe also a tropical biome. But obviously, I've only seen a little slivers of either. Road trains are not currently moving. I don't want to touch that just yet. I do not know what I'm doing. Yeah, I know the citizen health is low. I can't do anything about it yet. But many criminals. Yeah. I know. I know. But until we get the basics sorted out, there's nothing I can do about that. Right, well, let's start thinking about where we're gonna place our common blocks. They have kind of given us a nice little bit over here. Let's say I would like my first little flat this direction. I'm going with fence construction because it's not important right now. And I need the power on first anyway. Now, this city I would like to have a lot of growth in, so I should probably think big. And we was only kinda sorta joking about the big shopping center, but you know. I think we do want one. Preferably in the center of town somewhere. Plan that for here. A regular hospital for now. Some of these houses I'm gonna consolidate, so not ideal, but it's and I would prefer that have a central location. We want people to be able to walk to the hospital. But for now it can be. Did it? Just use the dirt road connection now. Also will need a fire station. Ooh. Might put that on the edge of town. Alright, can we do this before our supply workers runs out? I have to invest in some very expensive. I believe the option still exists, just import or invite it from other places. But that's probably not a great idea unless I really desperately am waiting for workers. Alright. Transformer is done. This to be finished. Right, this will finish up workers. Goods have been delivered. Now, for the next stage, we would like to get some kindergartens up. I don't think they will work without power, so I'd try to do that. Where do we place the baby dump? Centrally seems like a idea, but we probably need more than one anyway. So place one here. Reach close to the towns. Get set up on this side. Right next to the church. No, probably should not put the building there. Yeah, I've not decided yet what I want to do about the church, but for now it's keeping people happy, so leave it be. Alright. High voltage switch is ready. Now we just need to finish this. It'll take a while, because a bit of a long bit. A little bit more steel. This has got some resources, but it still needs concrete. What's the hold up with the concrete? My mixes are just standing there. Still have fuel, so that's not the problem. Why are you not... Is there a problem with concrete? I'm holding it from the same place. Can't make it myself yet. Not without cement and power. And then water, of course, but I can complete it. I couldn't get it from here. The game would have told me so. Elevator. So far, over 500 people have escaped. And we have one new person born. Yay. What's the hold up then? You have fuel. You're brand new, so that's not the... It's not find you or something? And our concrete was delivered, so they do deliver it. I did consider that once upon a time, but I don't know. That game just gained a little bit too much complexity too quickly for me. But I guess you're referring to the amount of escapes, yeah. Yeah, well... Right, so this should now finish construction slowly. Well, I'm not exactly stopping people from leaving, but obviously I want them to all see the glory of my republic. Let's just assign all the officers. Waiting stuff. want a waste facility built. Just so I can have a kind of a guess as to how much waste is being up with the concrete. Why is that a problem? Or will they just not do it until there is a mechanism? Oh, they are moving concrete. I guess it does have something to do with the mechanism. Line all the offices. Just to make sure that everything is lined. I want these things to be finished. Did I not assign them properly? I am missing one. Maybe that was the problem. Alright, well in that case, continue the construction of this thing. We can get the components we need. At least get them stored up so that I don't have to get a queue in the customs house. This one did another refuel. Right, halfway there. Almost have power. I just need my substations operational. Actually, you know, stuff. And hopefully we can upgrade to at least gravel roads soon. Turn Ropatisi into a modern metropolis. Alright, so there is, obviously the medical university. That's gonna be tricky to deal because that's a beast of a building, and it takes forever to build. We're not gonna start with that. A small technical university to begin with, and obviously the headquarters of the Communist Party. And I could do the small one first. That's probably a better idea. At least get the basics out there, but I kind of do want the big one. Think about other stuff like a prison. Because, you know, gotta put our crims to work. Probably also power cables connected. But I forget. Right, so at the moment we do not have any particular or any need for waste management, but I'm guessing that will come soon. Everything is in place, but I need the workers. The workers are not coming. Got laying cable. Assign more than one. But for now, let's just get some foreign workers to help us. The work-shy in the city are not willing to come to our aid. It's gonna be expensive, but I need to expedite this stuff. Otherwise we'll be waiting forever. Where the workers going first? Big power cable? Yep, looks like they are here. Good. Well, at least that finishes quickly enough. Focus on other stuff. Cool. Well, obviously power is not yet flowing, so I think that should be more than enough for. Yep, here. Here. We need this thing to finish. And I'm guessing workers are going automatically to buildings that are under construction. Ah. First power lines are up. Now we just need the substations operational. That should be fine. Oh, and obviously the cables. That should take 2. We can at least get power going and maybe some water. That will be a great finish for today. I do not expect us to be able to finish the sewage system anytime soon, because that takes a lot longer. Gift end before they could finish. That is fine. All workers waiting at the border. We're going to refuel? We're going to refuel. Well, at least it doesn't get too cold yet. So if this is, I think that's a weather prediction of the year. So winter could get quite drastic. And I also have not yet tried out the heating system. I just queue up all planned infrastructure. I have set my priorities. Warehouse is going up. Good. Give us a steady supply of mechanical and electrical components. Our power supply, that is fine, I think. Add you to the task. Unload there. Find. Take a new vehicle. I would hold. Load here. Load up the mechanical and purple. And switch the mechanical place. Then we'll just copy that to others. make sure that we keep this place clear. Right. We have power. You can see that on the overlays. Yeah, everything on this side seems to have power. Or at least is covered by a substation. Not quite the same thing, game. Look, they are laying the cable. No, good. We only got one. Click something. That's everything there. Five. You just need workers, so you don't. 5. It will be much more convenient once I have the ability to turn that all into a single construction office, but for now, this will do. I probably would want to search for the big construction in this place, because we want to do some major construction. Not necessary. A drive station. Oh, single egg. It's built. Power is on. No one lives here, but that's fine. Polish. Clear up some space. Yeah, probably for the best that I did not turn the demolition mechanic on. That's a complication we don't need. But now that the power is on, it's a little bit easier to see which house is inhabited. Which one I can call. Clear. Alright. Construction is ongoing. Well, it's kinda slowing down a little. Focus. So, yeah, I know. Alright, power is on here. I forgot to. Well, that's fine. At least it's at least a measure of regulation of what gets built first. Looks like the cabling is done. We have all the offices to just finish building. Oh, look at them working hard, backing their hammers and possibly sickles. Right, well, while that is going on, perhaps we could consider a kind of industry one. Now, Robertesi probably will need to become a center of our construction industry, so not too big a surprise there. But we might also want to consider something that will actually produce money. The biggest outsourcing output I can think of that would probably be useful in this particular circumstance, that we can relatively easily do, be to export clothes. That's relatively inexpensive, because making clothes requires just crops, chemicals, technically. Now, chemicals, of course, I would like to make those myself at some point, but that's not gonna happen right now. Or if we want to skip the crop stage, we can just use the fabric. If we want to buy that, that's 318, let's go with that, and 950, so 1280. So we'd make almost no profit on that, so we kind of do want to get the crops going. I'll use the crops to make the fabric ourselves and then export. That feels like a slightly better deal for us. But also, looking at all that land, definitely set up a city somewhere nearby where we can just build or grow crops. Yeah, because this looks all like fertile land. Right? And kind of curious though. Here I find the wood. Like this. Kind of see that this is with the trees that will be chopped, but I'm not entirely sure what each of the dots exactly mean. I'm presuming the greener the dot, the better. The source quality. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get better source. I think there is slightly better. Let's have a look around, see if we can find a better source for trees while my city. That. For some reason the trees near the hill are not great. Just to do with density? No, that would mean things would get better if I get center of course. Well, it's not a concern right now. It's not like we're ready to build some helicopter construction. Meantime, let's keep destroying all the empty buildings. Room for progress. Still no coverage. Started building the sewage pipeline. We need to finish the power first. Right, so like we now have power connections everywhere. I should probably hook up a road so that it gets built. A bit of a problem always with the dirt roads as well. Sometimes it's difficult to see if they are actually connected. And the offices too. I mean, yeah, I don't mind if they do this. Specifically. Alright, substation is done. Let's start assigning button. There is a water switch. Did I not? Oh, I forgot to hook one up. Now, I'm presuming there's a slight consolidation of people moving together in houses that are actually, you know, good to live in. Well, at least this saves me much more time clearing out the space I need to hook this thing up. Let's actually make this a gravel road if I can. House in here is making it difficult. Gravel road on. But we'll suspend that because it's not necessary right now. You wonder if the other cities are actually in kind of stasis. I mean, sure. They also need supplies and all that, but obviously I cannot provide for them because I don't have supplies everywhere yet. I do wonder where all the resources will be on this. It is randomly generated after all, so who knows where any stuff is. No need for reconstruction and houses that not lived in. Global market reports. Oil is on the rise. I'm gonna look so stupid if it turns out I do the pump this long stretch, but I really I don't think. And otherwise, I'm pretty sure someone would have told me by now. A little bit careful that I don't accidentally delete a road. Dipped underneath the 4,000 citizen number. Not great. We have 3 kids that are between 7 and 15. 2 kids beneath. That has some dire consequences. And this does not yet feel like a great leap forward. I mean, it's always a little bit of a curious thought experiment. I mean, obviously these people have lived fine for generations until now, when the glorious revolution comes upon them. And all of a sudden they need all the things, otherwise they leave? You know, they have sustained themselves a little bit longer, at least until the whole infrastructure is finished. It's a thought. I tell all this stuff to get built. I did. This infrastructure kinda needs to get built first. Any criminals? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But I also... It is fair enough that people start out with empty maps, but I kind of feel that's sort of weird. Yeah, I know. Like, most lands do not start empty. In the real world, let's put it that way. But you kinda have to build around infrastructure that already exists for some reason. Even if it doesn't make any sense anymore. I mean, it's not like we're building a moon colony or something. Kinda feels like we are, but I presume that most of these people have had no real progress in the quality of life since the end of World War II. So yeah. It's just a day-night cycle. Well, at least it keeps the visage a little bit more interesting. I mean, obviously I could be planning so much more right now, but not sure that's wise at the present time, since I'm still thinking about what I'm needing to clear out and such. And I think also it's a little bit of a challenge to see if I can make this a more prosperous place, provided I have some people to keep here. Yeah, after all, it is free labor. If they would still work for me. I don't think we've had any workers waiting here for ages. I think most of this quarter has completely emptied. Let's just get the water going. Just need workers. That's fine. You bring the workers? Okay, bringing the workers. Yeah. Even with a direct connection, you still prefer this road. Get through this phase. Slowly watch as all the workers trickle out. We're waiting for bricks and boards. Does make me wonder though. I mean, obviously, some Soviet cities were built. Did they need bribes people to go and live there? Because essentially that's what it feels like what I'm doing if I'm telling them to get some migrants. I mean, demonization aside from the NATO powers, did nobody ever voluntarily immigrate into the Soviet states? Get next. Right. Actually hook this up before I forget again. Find all production offices. I mean, yeah. Alright. We have the first inkling of water. Yeah, right, so... there should be some, I guess. I mean, especially people fleeing from third world countries. And that's probably a wrong term to use at this particular point in time, but for the era, probably correct. Even the Soviet states were better than starving, until you started starving in the Soviet states. But this is a benevolent dictatorship, so, you know, we're gonna try to make things as good as they can be. Show those capitalist pigs that we can indeed do things well. Fine, obviously we have no outflow yet. Still no garbage. As the streets evermore becomes certain. The weeds tumble through the lay streets. Because this is where the tumbleweeds originally came from, I believe. Right, yeah, that's... I mean, nowadays we call them developing countries, I believe, so it's more... How politically correct do I want to be in the live stream that I'm doing today, and not in the 60s? Yo, Daddy-O, we are doing some live streams here. This YouTube's. I am not gonna bother any slang because I don't know any. Stop doing that. Ow. Ah. Hit the wrong spot on my headphones. Yeah. It's just never good to see people in that way, as in different from that such a way. That's just incongruities that you see even today. Is like, just as a side tangent for now. I was recently made aware that apparently there's been a bad harvest in Kenya, and well, that's obviously bad. So they are collecting funds for that, and I'm kind of sympathetic, obviously, but and then they start explaining what they need the funds for, and they say, well, we need to build an irrigation system. I'm thinking, it's 2024. Why is there still no irrigation system in Kenya? Or in those particular regions where they are farming? All those years wasted. As in, not productively used, not that we are wasting sending money. Necessarily. I mean, that country has problems of its own right now, so I'm not going in there, but you'd think by now every nation would have access to basic stuff like irrigation. What are we lacking? Just workers? Yeah, because the crane can't do it by himself. Here comes the bus. With nothing. If you have nothing on board, why? Are even the foreign workers getting work shy? Oh, there's plenty of them. But our money is still good. Yeah, no, obviously, I mean, it was a charitable organization. And I'm pretty sure they don't mean giving money directly to anything local there. But, you know, it's the principle of the thing, what I'm saying. And I'm sure that if there is ever an actual need for assistance, then there will be another telephone action by Hero 555. And I'll get to hear about it over and over again. Bring in millions and you have no idea what happens. But yeah, I do wonder what all that foreign aid money that my government is sending, what it's doing. Aside from keeping relations up. Because I do know that there is an element of soft power behind sending development funds. If we want to have anything to say about their policies, their country, we kind of have to show that we are on their side. Even if we mean to stab them in the back, because you need to get behind people to stab them in the back. But yeah, that's probably a little bit too political. Let's switch. I don't think my government is going to be doing anything anytime soon. As the summer recess is just around the corner. We're just short on workers again. Please tell me you're fully loaded. Well, not fully loaded, but... I guess maybe you figured you wouldn't need quite that many workers. That's also possible. You also need to up the priority list. Yes, we just continue to bulldoze houses. I never really liked any of these houses, tutorial level either. Not enough capacity, and they're always built in such awkward places. Yeah, at least these old city houses kinda have enough capacity to justify their placement, and usually enough level of quality that they are actually sort of worth keeping around. Just going into the final stretch for that. Bricks, steel. Well, at least we didn't sit here watching me just planning everything out just yet. Maybe that will be next stream once we actually get some water and sewage flowing. It's always nice when some of the mechanism can actually do some of the work without rely too much on workers. Kind of funny that there's one high educated worker here. I guess he must be the supervisor. I mean, obviously there's more than that, but... That's done. Now we need to get you chemical. You don't need much, but you need enough. So... this one. Auto treatment needs chemicals and fix them up. I don't know. You don't have too much storage. Guessing it just what it is fine. Also have a mixed waste garbage. Then you have one of these. Probably get a big truck. Let's just get one of these then. Now all your dumps will be there. Just need workers. Looks like the piping is done here, mostly done here. Finish the groundwork. Right, that's maybe a little bit much, but you know, I appreciate the sentiment. Big problem is getting people to actually work here, but obviously without water that's not much of a problem. That's fine. Stop clearing the way for people to actually be able to work. Okay. The pump is active. We have water coming in, but nobody works. A straight-ish line here. Not great, but let's start planning out some residential places. Enough spacing, but can't tell if it's aligned or not. Almost aligned. Buildings that no longer used. here. Give me enough space. This is probably more than enough. Cover at least the basics. One more for the road. Being good enough for just eyeballing what I'm doing. Stop snapping. Get those roads on the way. That's just gravel and all the labor. Pump is on. Now we just need people to actually work here. Well, apparently someone can work here. But we just need a little bit more asphalt. Yep. Oh. I think at least. Rest of finished up. This one away. I mean, I understand that happiness is low, especially with the death of a child and no water. Able to enjoy culture. Well, I haven't built any culture yet, but you haven't built any culture yet either. So far, no garbage has stored here. Well, after 3 hours, we have a city that is slowly draining of life. We have power. Water is almost there. And sewage, well, it's planned out, but it's not here yet. But we still have more than 1 million rubles. Not entirely sure what how to spend our dollars. Have we spent our dollars? The Ramadan loan. Overall. I mean, I've imported resources, sure, but I don't think I've bought anything from NATO. Well, I didn't lose much, but still less than I started with. I just wonder what the heck did I spend it on that? Well, I'm not purchasing any manpower from NATO. Weird. In Allied? I would think for sure that NATO would not like me spending any manpower. I don't know where the foreign workers are here. I have a city that's on the border with NATO then? All any? I think I had it. I mean, technically I don't have it. It's just spending a little bit of money every time. Kind of weird. Jawohl, that must be the German border. Yeah, it's weird. Oh well. Well, it is past 4 o'clock, so I'm just gonna call it here for today. Thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed it. We'll continue this next time at least until I can either go bankrupt or have something that makes money. But we'll see about that next time. Watching. See you then. Bye.